Hello, Namaskaram. So this is live after very days actually. Live are a good places where we can talk in more depth. In reels, you have to stick to one concept and you have to just 130. It's like 130 minutes done. Bye. You have to go away. So we have a lot of stuff to discuss. What is about to happen? What is about to how the preparations that needs to be done and everything. See, a lot of this stuff is actually already revealed in the Revelations book of different cultures. So even in Christianity, they have a book of Revelation in which they have mentioned, like in detail, what will happen, how it is going to happen. In Hinduism also, there is a Kalki Puran, there is a Bhavishya Puran. So a lot of stuff is there. A lot of... why is this Devendra Agarwal joining? These are spies, man. Why are they following me? They are demon people. Later on we will remove it. So, now I will tell you today the sides, okay? So overall, I told you before which is the one side. So one side is the feminine side. Now feminine side is something which is soft, something which doesn't push into the other's boundaries. You understand? It doesn't mean that you would not go inside the boundaries, because then there will be no life to live. But that going inside someone's boundary and space has to happen in an inclusive manner, which you will understand. So that way we can say that it's a feminine versus masculine. So not exactly feminine versus masculine. It's about basically healthy masculine versus abusive masculine, or masculine which is too much bound by ego, so it just pushes every boundary and destroys everything. Now this can be a foreigner who coming to India, who doesn't respect any culture or anything, and just going everywhere just like that. So what are they doing? They are breaking the boundaries that are created here, and they don't care. So that is actually abusive masculinity, in which your expression or your assertion, you can say, kind of infringes on the other spaces. Got it? That's one example. Another example will be so many things happening in India. Some some rich guy, his son drives Audi and he goes and kills people. And then he's like, oh, he slept with us. Oh my God, you are a kid. What did you do? You kill people. Oh my God. Okay, sir, please. Good kid. So that is abusive masculinity. Basically, you again same thing, no? As I defined, not respecting the boundaries. Now that guy is also not respecting the boundaries, no? What is the boundaries? The boundaries of the law. So they don't respect the boundaries. For them, it's like they want to play free, but they want to play free on the cost of other people being slaves. You understand? So this is what we are fighting against. This is a bigger bracket that I defined to you: feminine and masculine. But you can also look it as healthy masculinity, healthy expression of yourself, healthy living of yourself, versus the abusive masculinity, which derives its essence from the negativity, which derives its essence, like they don't feel powerful unless they break someone else's boundaries. You understand? They derive their power, their existence, everything from by breaking other. Now you can look at it in terms of men and women also. Like most of the men, they derive their manliness, that we call, by infringing on the boundaries of the women. everywhere. You understand? That's why they don't understand that no is no. Because it's not like they don't understand. They don't want to understand. They don't want to respect that boundary that you are creating by saying no. You got it? So this is the third example. First one, we looked at it as Indian, not Indian, we can say, the Sanatan versus the Western or the stupid people world. Western people world. In which they behave like in a toxic masculinity and don't respect anything. You know? That's what they did, no. Right now, everyone in India is kind of worshipping the white people. The same white people ruled you. Why did you, if you like them so much, why did you not accept the British rule then? Why India got independence in the first place? It's the same people. If the power would have permitted, if World War II would not have happened, then they would have been ruling also. It's not like you did something, you know. It's just coincidence. The God helped you basically. Like, what did Indian revolutionary do in a sense? The only thing someone tried to do was Subhash Chandra Bose, who tried to gather an army to fight against them. Everybody else was just doing the local politics as they are doing now. Form a Congress party, this policy, that policy, this. They have no vision of what they want to achieve or what is the reality and truth and everything. Fortunately, you know, the whites got so weak because of the fighting in the World War II among themselves. So they killed themselves. So because of that only you got a chance to be independent. But that has nothing to do with like what you were doing. Most of the Indian people were actually participating in the Second World War on behalf of the British people. So who are you fighting against? See, this is a very deeper topic. Right now also, it's very evident. Like the way someone sees another Indian and the way someone sees a white skinned person. Even in India, Indian they will look at like something very lowly, you know. Hey, idiot! And foreigner they'll be like, oh my God, you are here, please, our guest. You know, you fucked us, you looted us, you did everything. Oh, please, please, please do it again. Oh my God. So that is another stupidity, but we will stick to the main topic. So we are defining the sides, okay? We define the sides. So we discussed, no? So this was the one way of looking at it. Like either you can look at it as the feminine, which is giving, kind, nurturing, and the masculine, which is just pushing, breaking the boundaries, or you can look at it as healthy masculinity versus toxic masculinity. Yendra Sagar, he is a healthy masculine. This guy is good. So when you be with these kind of people, you realize that they are not going to infringe into your space. When you say no, it means no. When you say yes, it means yes. But toxic masculine people, they will be like, even if you say no, you're like, okay, plan, can you please do it? Bro, I said no, I understand what you're saying. I said no, I replied to it. Is it not getting into your ear? It's crazy. And this is also relates to what I discussed in the reel, the passive aggression. The aggression which comes like, you know, dressed as a saint. But it's aggressive. It's like Gandhi kind of people. Aggression, but comes in the weirdness is like, please, bura mat dekho, bura mat jano. There the Muslims are raping the Hindu women. And he's like, bura mat dekho. Like, what kind of लाठी लेके क्या कर रहा है भाई तू हाथ में? पीटने के लिए क्या हो, क्या करने के लिए? These people made the entire Indian population impotent, basically. And they are still doing it. they're fucking like robots, they are still doing it. Like, which kind of Indian supports a Rahul Gandhi who goes out and then says all kind of bad things about India? Then you're like, oh, I'm Indian. You are not nothing. Basically, all of these people are selfish people. They don't care about the country. They don't care about the family. They don't care about the civilization. They don't care about the truth. They care nothing. It's like their own pleasures and money and everything. That's it. They are nothing. Neither they are Hindu, neither they are Indian, nothing. They are dressed as a Hindu so that they can have this guy, just like Ravan, you know. Anyone who sports the flag of the Congress and then wear a tilak is a hypocrite in itself. The same Congress is mixing like the non-veg food in your laddus, and they are supporting them. Yes, 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 please, please. But halal is certified. You know that yes, yes, this one is pure. But your food, it has to be impure only. We don't care. And the same people supports them. When I was in Himachal, I talked about these guys also, no? So I went into the rally of this guy, some Vikramaditya Singh or something. And then I openly said it, no? You guys are not Hindu. You're just taking the name of the Hindu. You don't care. Have you spoken about what is happening in the Bangladesh and Bengal? No. So all of these are fake people. You have to understand that. You have to separate fake people who are just doing politics and the real people who are actually want the Sanatan to uplift. We will come back to the main topic again. The teams. When I tell you the teams, no, okay, don't be surprised, okay, because the one side is very less. It's like, I mean, this fight is even difficult than the last Mahabharata. In last one they had what 11:7 ratio, like 11 Akshani Sena and 7 Akshani Sena, no? Pandava 7, they had 11. This time it's the ratio is completely different. It's like the Kaurav are like 99.99% and the Pandav is like 0.01%. Okay, so more clearly we will define it now. Another criteria. Someone who has interest in keeping the status quo going. You understand? Someone who has an interest in not making the change is on the other side, because they are part of what you call Maya or Matrix, and they have their interest in keeping the Maya going because they are in good position in the Maya. They are earning good. They are enjoying their life. So if I say, you know, that all of this needs to be shifted and this needs to be removed, they were the first one to oppose it. So everyone who has invested in this abusive, exploitative system that we have right now, where there is no justice, where there is no peace, nothing is there. The nature is destroyed, animals are destroyed, everything is destroyed, even the rivers are destroyed. But still they want to keep it going. Why? They don't want to change. Why? Because they have invested in it and they are profiting from it. That's another criteria. People who are detached from it versus people who are attached or invested in it. That's another way of defining the two teams. Okay, third one I will tell you more clearly. See, take the entire white nations, other side. Maybe some here and there, someone who has come to Prabhupada and they have taken ISKCON and they are worshipping properly, honestly. Leave them. And some other one who are like doing good stuff, but they are like very few. So let's assume America has how much population? 300 million. Then I think Europe also combined will be similar. So out of 600 million, maybe 1,000 people are there in the white nations. Everyone else, other side. Okay? some of the island nations on the south are on our team, the smaller one, not these Maldives one who are like Allah Akbar, and killing people. Like, what is this? The other one who wants to live peacefully, who respect nature, and they have a different attitude. You know, no, that guy who touched the feet of Modi and like that. So they appreciate, they have gratitude also. They appreciate when someone does nice things. Like India did nice things to Turkey, and Turkey is like, oh, Kashmir is not Indian. So, bro, we sent you help when the earthquake was there. Like, you know. But these people will never understand. Gratitude is not in their genes, no. But some of these nations, they are there. Very few. So they are on this tip, okay? Japan is fine. Japan is good. Korea also is good. These Muslim nations who have converted to Islam, like Malaysia and everyone, but they have their history in Hinduism. So they are just hypocrite. Either they should purely accept it. No. Why are you celebrating this story? Have like Garuda on your stamp and still saying like Allah Akbar. Do you want Krishna to be God or do you want this guy to be God? So they are just confused. So confused people are on other side. Someone who doesn't have the clarity cannot take a stand. They are on the other side only because they will invest in maintaining the status quo always. They don't want to change. That's why they are not changing, you know. But other of these, like the Buddhist one, the Thailand, Philippines. Actually, it's Indonesia, no? Muslim. Yeah, not Malaysia. You have to check the facts. But overall, I told no. Like, Vietnam. Anyone who is following, so it's not about Hinduism and everything, no. It's about somebody who is following the spirituality in the truth and somebody who is not following the spirituality in the truth. So, if they are really following the path of the Buddha, and if you are really doing it, you know, what he told, then they are fine. Then they are on truth side of the truth only. They are not on the side of the Maya. Africa is a little wobbly because so many Africans are either brainwashed into Islam or Christianity, and Christianity which is not focused on Jesus but focused on the church and the Pope. You understand? Focused more on the institution rather than the essence of it. So for now we can place them in just like inactive or neutral category. Leave them aside. South America is completely ruined because there is nothing native there. Like, have you ever wondered like why the South African team have almost all white people in their team, cricket team? But the white population is very less there. It's the same thing that happened in India. They went there, they colonized. So everything that is top level, like who plays sports, no? It's a luxury, no? A kid of a tea seller here, they cannot even dream of being in a cricket team because it requires so much resources, there is so much uncertainty in it. Then you have to pay some official also to get selected in the team. Everyone knows in India, know how it works. So obviously these are the privileged people who have no insecurity about the basic things. So then you are like, okay, let's play cricket, my man. You know, okay, this is the ball, it's going like that, and that's why they do it. So same stuff happened with the South America also. There it didn't happen with the English, it happened with the Spanish and these Portuguese and Italian. Portuguese and Spanish mainly. So now, even though the Portuguese white people who went there, they may be like 5% or something like that, but their language is Portuguese now. They are not speaking their native language at all. So it's all gone. Just like how Indians are doing, no Sanskrit, not even Hindi. not even your local Tamil, Telugu language, but only English. So here English happened, there Spanish and Portuguese happened. Same exploitation, killing of the local tribes. They were not that strong as a civilization that they could resist it because they were more discreet. You know, India was still, because of the our lineage, it was very strong. So, but it's not like people did anything. People didn't do anything. It was just the power of the lineage which kept you going, which kept you floating. So the South America, I don't think they are in any position because they don't even want to retake their culture. You know, they don't even want these Portuguese and Spanish people to go outside their country now. They have accepted them to be their fathers. They were like, yes, 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 you are our father. So if they have accepted that, we will just put it them in another basket, you know. If you don't want to fight for truth, so what we can do? Other team. So North America is only the colonies conquered, no? Canada and America. So these are what? The white people conquered them, killed everyone, cleaned everything. You're like, okay, this is our land now. If you go into depth, you will realize that they did so many treaties with the local tribes, but they never accepted the treaty rules. So the treaty rules were like in 1850s, most of the America was actually owned by the native tribes. But slowly when you see, like these white people, they kept expanding and expanding and expanding. And now the native is more like how your wildlife sanctuaries are there, no? Protected areas. They are like that. Basically staying in a cage in your own house. That is their reality. So the North America is completely gone. North America, South America, other side, Europe, other side. Asia, I told you. China is slightly neutral only, but good Chinese people. Their tradition is very strong if they really go back to it. If they really go back to their, you know, Tao and for the emperors that established the country, then it will be fine only. It will be good for them also because they are inheriting their own culture, they are reviving it back. But right now, because of this communist idea and everything, they have also become stupid. Like they, just like Indians, no, they have also become stupid. So they abuse their own history, saying mythology is this and this. The Chinese people actually came from dragons, and some of them say it. But almost all of them are like, this is stupid shit. You know, this is some make-believe stuff. How can this happen? They don't even know how life happens there. The Chinese will put in neutral for now, unless the people, they take their own culture back. They take their own truth back. Where your medicine system, the Chinese medicine system, the acupuncture system came from? It came from your spiritual traditions. So you are using them for commercial purposes, but then saying your spirituality is mythology. What kind of stupidity is that? All this abacus system of calculation, the West people, they stole it from China only. And who created it? It was the sages, just like in India. Like most of the knowledge was created by the sages, because that is their only job. Their only job is to sit and explore and see how this universe is connected and to find out and Gyan, you know. So most of our sages, if you look in India, they are the ones of the fountainhead of the knowledge. Everything that we say. Like Chanakya wrote the Arthashastra. That was knowledge only, no? He's telling you how to run. The Vatsyayana wrote like Kama Sutra. That is knowledge about the Kama. And this is the truth of every civilization actually. All the knowledge that have come from spirituality only. Because that is the only way to actually get the real knowledge. All the top stuff, this mathematics and all the bullshit that they are doing on the top, that is just stupidity only. Now we come to India, okay? Inside India. The entire India lines, other side. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who wears which clothes, who wears which tika, other side. Because someone who doesn't respect Ram, they cannot be spiritual at all. You know, someone who didn't fought for the Ram temple, they cannot be good people. It doesn't matter whether the temple was there or not. Do you know who Ram is? Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, he's a Bhagwan, like God. Even though the temple was not there, you should consider it there. It's crazy, no? How people are brainwashed by this Gandhi and all these stupid saints. It's not even real saints, they are like fake saints. Okay, India Alliance other side. That is like 30% of the Indian population, 30-40% of the Indian population other side. All the so-called spiritual people who are invested in keeping the status quo going because they are in some good positions. Either they are, earning nicely as a pandit by selling the rituals and everything. They don't care about enlightenment. They don't care about the truth. They are running their business. It's running fine. So they are on the other side. Whether he is some mahant or some this or that. See, if these rituals would have worked, they are saying, okay, if you will do this ritual, Lakshmi will come. Why don't you do this ritual for yourself and Lakshmi will come to you and then you can give this ritual to other people for free? No? Good idea, no? They should apply the ritual to themselves so they don't need money because Lakshmi is there. Now they can do like social service, no? Now they can do rituals for other people free. Why don't you do that? क्या दिख गया? So all of these spiritual people. Okay, next. Okay. See, I'm putting the line. Earlier also I put it there, but now I'm telling you more clearly. Identity, I'm telling. So basically, someone who has set up some kind of yoga school, some kind of this, and they are running a business, and they have no interest in changing the situation. They have no interest because if people actually get enlightened, then they won't care, no. Enlightenment means what? They are completely free now. Next is male and female we will check. Okay. State wise also I can tell which state is inside, but we'll do that later on maybe. More detail. So in terms of male and female, all the males who are kind of invested in keeping the patriarchal system going, which gives them advantage just to be born with a dick. You understand? Just because you are born with a dick, now you are enjoying so much freedom as compared to if you are born with a vagina. So now you cannot go outside in the dark, now you cannot do this, now you cannot do that. Dick and vagina difference only, all of these males, they are other side. Done. That will be like, less male population, I think 90% will be like this only in India. Okay, that removes a lot of people, see? I told you, it will be less, it will be like this much. All the females who couldn't fight for themselves, so now they have accepted the toxic masculinity as their own trait. Basically, they have become their own perpetrators, you know. The people who exploited them, they are taken on their qualities. And they behave just like that now. Because something bad happened to them, so now they want that same thing to happen to other also. So it's just like someone who was mistreated in a house, and she is a, what we call, bahu, you know. And when she become a saas, now she treats the new bahu with the same toxicity that she received, instead of changing it. So she is invested in keeping the cycle going. So they are on the other side. Okay? That. And that is, even in the female population, that will be 60-70% of the population in India is like that only. They are not really feminine. They are just in female body, but inside they are masculine only. All the business people who are invested in the exploitative way of getting money, they have an investment in destroying the environment. They have an investment in making people addicted to tobacco, or making people addicted to sex, making people addicted to other things. So their businesses revolve around that. The entire Bollywood industry. That only, no? Why do they put item song? Because they know if they show you a girl in half clad, like does like this, doing this, your dick will rise. When your dick will rise, then you will keep watching. So they have an investment in you not rising above lust. So they are on the other side. They have an investment in keep exploiting the environment, because that's how they run their business. The nature provides them free resources. They take the resources and then they create something, and then they earn money. They don't care about the nature. They don't give it back. Nothing is there. So that will remove like a very large portion of Indian society. Okay. Finally, we will be left with only like this 0.01% people who are really righteous people, who are really what you call the people of God, who are really the people who wants the truth to come out, who are really the people who are naturally good in their heart. It's like 0.01%. So now we have to fight against everything. But we have Shiva on our side, okay? So don't care. We'll win. Whoever side Shiva is there, that side always wins, no? For Krishna also it's true. See, very few people will have the heart to choose between Krishna, who is not going to fight, and his army that he has trained so meticulously. Like, think like if God would have created an army, what kind of army would that be? That was the army Krishna had, the Narayani Sena. But still Arjuna chose Krishna. They were like, okay, whatever is there, I don't care. You are Dharma itself. You are the truth itself. I choose you. How many people in today's time would do that? 0.01% people will do that. So this is like a very, I think, informative and very clear video, actually telling you where the line is. And now you have to basically, what to do is like, for others who are listening, the enemy people, they are fine, they can keep listening. But for people who are on the good side, they have to group together. You have to support each other. You have to create a system which is independent of these other people which I have described now, the other side. Because only then you can improve. Otherwise, what will happen? You put some positivity in somewhere, you create a nice ashram, you create a nice place, but it is surrounded by everyone who takes that energy. So you are constantly, your positivity is constantly being drained out. So you have to create a, both physically, mentally, spiritually, in all three domains, you have to create something which is independent of the other side, so that we can grow it and we don't contribute in empowering our enemies by doing it. Very simple, no? It's like I put some business, let's say I start something here, and because of that there will be, let's say, influx of people. So the business people who are the greedy ones surrounding me will take advantage of that, but they have nothing to do with God. They just want to take advantage. So basically your positivity is getting used by the other side to empower themselves. So this has to be not done, because then there is no point in fighting. What are you doing? You are empowering your enemy. What kind of fight is that? So that is the to-do also, I told you. The sides clear and the to-dos. The Middle East is gone only, no? Other than UAE, entire Middle East is gone only. These people have no heart, man. They're like not even human. They are animals. The only thing they know is killing, raping, and all of this stuff. They are expert in slave trades, no? That's what they want to happen. That's why they keep trying again and again. ISIS or ISIL or this or Palestine, they keep trying to do that same reality into existence, in which you abuse women, in which you kill people, in which you bomb blast people, kill innocent people, just like that. Because that's what their Allah tells them to do. Somehow. I don't know. Which God tells them to kill innocent people in the trains in the Mumbai, or kill other people like that. If you have the guts, then why not you come and fight our army? If you really believe you are the righteous one, then you fight it openly. No, why are you like thief? You are fighting. So all of them are like this only. Even inside India, they fight covertly. They don't. If you believe in your God so much, then they're like I am doing. I believe in Shiva completely. Done. He tells me to say this, I say this. Done. Doesn't matter. If you believe that completely, why don't you say it openly? Why you go covertly and then mix something in the laddus and then, do this love jihad and all of these things? Because you actually don't believe in your God. You are just using your God for selfishness. So the Middle East is all gone only. All animals only, Russia is fine, but they need to have a more cultural shift, which it is happening, but maybe better pace. Okay, so this is it. A long video. I have to maintain a consciousness, like high consciousness, to do these things, so that I can have see things from the above and then say it. So it drains a lot of energy, I have to do some bhakti after. I will clean everything. Because finally all of this is happening in the Maya only. We are playing in the Maya. In reality, there is nothing right and wrong. But because we are in the Maya and we are in this game, and we have to fight for the truth. We have to fight for this truth only, that this is Maya. Why other people are saying this is real? That's the only fight, basically. We are saying the Shiva is the reality. The Shunya is the reality. The non-existence is the reality. They are saying, no, the existence is the reality. This is why apple is the reality. Why chocolate cake is the reality. So they have investment in keeping the illusion going. Not breaking the illusion. Not breaking the matrix. They are the Mr. Smiths. I told you, who are the Mr. Smiths in the matrix? Okay, I will leave now. Bye bye. Namaskaram.